Malik Johnson, the founder and CEO of TechVision, sat at his polished oak desk, staring at the damning employee satisfaction report. The bright lights of New York City twinkled behind him, but his focus was elsewhere. 15% decline in satisfaction, he muttered, running a hand over his clean-shaven head. Favoritism? Toxic behavior? Discrimination? His jaw tightened. This isn't the company I built. His assistant knocked and peeked in. Everything okay, Mrs. Johnson? Malik hesitated, then sighed. Not really, Dana. How do we fix a problem when the root of it is hiding beneath layers of polite smiles and fake meetings? Dana paused. Sometimes. You've got to see it for yourself. Her words stuck. That night, Malik couldn't sleep. The faces of his employees flashed in his mind. Dedicated people who deserved better. His company deserved better. By morning, his decision was made. He'd go undercover. The following Monday, Malik walked into one of TechVision's struggling branches in the guise of Mark Jones, a temporary receptionist. His usual power suit was replaced with khakis and a button-down shirt. Gone was his authoritative stance. He hunched slightly, playing the part of a quiet, unassuming temp. "You're the new guy?" Linda, the office manager, barely looked up from her phone. "Yes, ma'am," Malik replied softly, adjusting his glasses. "Whatever. Desk's over there. Answer calls. Forward them to the right person and don't mess up." It wasn't the warm welcome he'd hoped for, but it was exactly what he needed to see. The days that followed were eye-opening. Malik watched Linda bark orders at junior staff, ignoring their efforts. "Angela, you call this a completed report?" Linda sneered, tossing a file onto a young woman's desk. Angela flinched but nodded. "I followed the guidelines you provided." "Well, they're garbage. Redo it. And maybe if you worked faster, you wouldn't have to stay late every night." Malik clenched his fists under the desk. Angela, an overworked senior accountant, was one of the hardest working people he'd seen. Yet her dedication was met with disdain. Then there was Henry, an IT specialist whose laughter filled the office during tense moments. "Mark, need help setting up your email?" "Don't worry, I got you," Henry said one morning, flashing a grin. "We newbies got to stick together." Henry's positive energy was contagious, but Malik noticed how often it was taken for granted. One afternoon, Malik overheard Linda on a call. "He's clueless, just like the rest of them." "The temp?" "Oh, please, he's not going to last." She laughed cruelly. Malik made a mental note. Linda's time here is ticking. A darker side of the office soon came to light. Malik discovered that a former employee, fired for misconduct, had been orchestrating a smear campaign against TechVision. They'd enlisted a few disgruntled staff to spread false rumors and sow distrust. Malik also learned that Linda and her inner circle had turned a blind eye, perhaps even enabling the behavior to protect themselves. "Why hasn't anyone reported this?" Malik asked Angela during a lunch break. Angela hesitated. "People are scared. Reporting things only makes you a target." "You shouldn't have to work in fear," Malik said firmly. Angela gave a sad smile. "That's just how it is here." After weeks of observing, Malik had seen enough. He contacted a private investigator to gather solid evidence on the sabotage and toxic behavior. The findings were worse than he'd anticipated, but gave him the tools to act decisively. On a crisp Monday morning, Malik revealed his true identity during an all-staff meeting. Good morning, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, well, actually, you all do. I'm Malik Johnson, the CEO of Tech Vision. The room froze. Henry dropped his coffee. Wait, Mark is... Malik. Linda's face turned ghost white. Sir, I didn't know. Of course you didn't, Malik interrupted, his voice calm but firm. I've spent the past month observing this office, and what I've seen has been both heartbreaking and inspiring. He paused, scanning the room. Heartbreaking because some of you have been subjected to toxic behavior, ignored and disrespected. Inspiring because, despite that, people like Angela and Henry have kept this place afloat with their dedication and positivity. He turned to Linda. As for those who perpetuated or ignored these problems, your actions have consequences. Linda's chair creaked as she shifted nervously. In days, Malik implemented sweeping changes. Linda and others involved in the toxic behavior were terminated. Angela was promoted to lead accountant, and Henry was given a senior IT role with a pay raise. Malik also introduced new policies emphasizing transparency, regular employee feedback, and leadership accountability. Town halls became a weekly fixture, allowing employees to voice concerns directly to the leadership team. Malik personally attended every meeting. This isn't just about fixing what's broken, Malik said during one session. It's about building a culture where everyone feels valued. Months later, Tech Vision's transformation was undeniable. Employee satisfaction soared and productivity hit record highs. Angela, once quiet and overworked, now led her team with confidence. Henry's contagious energy continued to uplift the office. As Malik sat in his corner office, watching the city lights again, he felt a deep sense of pride, not in himself, but in his people. Leadership isn't about sitting at the top, he said to Dana one evening. It's about standing alongside your team, understanding their struggles, and showing them you care. Dana smiled. You've shown them that, sir, and it's made all the difference.